around the world is cheering, yay! Those 4 middle schoolers in Greece, New York got 1 year suspension. They're going to the Re-Engagement Center, which is an alternative school for young people in Greece, New York, and they got 50 hours of community service. But let's not cheer just yet, because the real culprit of this scenario has had nothing done to it. The real culprit who created these monsters are their parents. Yes, I said their parents and monsters. Children do not grow up and misbehave like that without some encouragement. Yes, when they're little, we think those things are cute. They're not cute when they get older. But no one ever checks it. It goes unbridled. Nothing ever happens. But what do we do with the parents? Shouldn't they go through an engagement process? Shouldn't they be re-engaged in how do you discipline your children and what's acceptable and not acceptable behavior? I think that they should. There should be some consequences for the parents. And which is why we have created Adventure Boot Camp. Not so much for the young people by themselves, but an interaction between the parents and their young people. And how do you creatively discipline teenagers? And you have to discipline them. They're not grown yet. They make mistakes. They do crazy things as this situation occurs. But we cannot allow the parents off the hook, because they are where the problem starts and they are where the problem stops. And that's not just for these 4 parents, but for every parent in America. Because one of the things I have noticed the last 5 or 10 years, children tend to be extremely bratty. Probably the most brattiness I've ever seen in the history of my 45 years living. And part of that comes because the way that parents raise their children of today. That must stop.